Good morning, everyone. We're going to get started. First, I want to introduce you to Amy Harper. Dr. Amy Harper is currently the National Safety Council's Journey to Safety Excellence and Work Director. In her role, she is responsible for the planning and execution of the Council's very first advocacy initiative called the Journey to Safety Excellence. She has been employed in the field of safety and health for 19 years, having worked primarily in the insurance industry. Her experience varies from consulting with Fortune 500 companies as well as small businesses to product development, marketing, and executive level management. She holds a master's and doctorate in social and organizational psychology from Temple University in Philadelphia. This is the last of a third-part series. One thing that we do ask is everybody stay muted since we are recording it. And if you have any questions, in your upper left or upper right-hand corner, there is a chat function. If you click on that, you can send her a question, which she will answer at the end. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to her. Give me just a second here. Amy, are you there? Amy? I'm here. Okay, are you still there? Amy?
I'm here.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry. You're ready to start whenever you're ready, Amy.
Okay, did you unmute me? Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am, we can hear you.
Okay, all right, great. I'm sorry about that. It kept saying I was muted, and I was like, I'm not muted. Well, good morning, everybody. Sorry for that small technical difficulty. We'll get started here. Just wanted to take a couple seconds here at the beginning of this to tell you a little bit about what this Journey Initiative is about. The National Safety Council realized that, we're a membership organization, but there's a lot of organizations out there that aren't National Safety Council members, and a lot of companies don't have full-time safety professionals on staff, yet they have people designated to have those safety responsibilities. It might be HR people, supervisors, business owners themselves, and so we wanted to provide them with basic tools and resources, and these are good for safety professionals as well. I don't want to alienate that crowd either, but these are really designed to be basic tools for managing safety. And so we created the Journey to Safety Excellence website to help fill that gap, and these are free basic safety measurement tools, learning resources, and an online forum. And so today we're going to review a couple of those things, and if you're interested and didn't participate in the first two webinars, whatever else you want to see, you can go back and review those as well. Just a quick note on the Journey to Safety Excellence model. I think it's helpful to orient ourselves as to, what the safety world of safety looks like and how to chunk that out. And what we've determined over the years with the research that we've done and looking at best practices with all the companies we come into contact with and all the presenters at our Congress, we just gather a lot of knowledge. And based on that, we've come up with the 4 pillars that if you do these 4 things well, you will have a pretty good safety program. And so those things are leadership and engagement, safety management systems, risk reduction, and performance measurement. Now, of course, there's a lot of things that fall out underneath all of those things, but those are kind of the 4 key pillars. The circle really designates, really designates the continuous improvement process, and that's not anything that, that's new probably for you. You've probably seen that before. But really, our tools and resources on this website are designed to answer the 3 questions that you see on the outside of this graphic. Starting at the upper right, where are you now and where do you want to be? The 3 measurement tools that we have really are designed to answer that question. The one we're going to talk about today is the Incident Rate Calculator tool, which measures your lagging indicators for safety, things that have happened already. The other 2, the Safety System Assessment and the Employee Perception Survey, are really designed to look more at leading indicators. Are you doing your safety management well? Are there gaps in your culture that employees are seeing? And so those can be fruitful for you to examine as well. The second question, how do you move forward, is designed to provide you some resources and some guidance to answer that question once you know where you are. How do you move forward and improve your performance? And then how do you manage your improvement and measure your progress? And so hopefully today you'll see that the tool I'm going to show you can help with both of those things. So again, Journey website, measure the three free measurement tools. Today we're going to talk about Incident Rate Calculator. Last week we talked about the guides. There are 6 guides to help you learn. There's 100 safety topics and over 600 resources, not only from the council, but from external resources like OSHA, CPWR, NIOSH, a variety of external credible resources. And then today we're also going to talk about the opportunity to engage and connect with people in our safety forum. So let's get into the tool and show you, once you've registered for free, this is the home page that you'll get to, and you'll see there's the tools, the guides, and the safety forums organized pretty neatly there. The tools are in the left-hand side. You can also get right to the dashboard I'm going to show you by clicking on My Tools. And so when you want to, if you want to learn more about any of the tools here, you can click on Tools and get a description and sort of like what it takes to do each of those tools, like how much time and what are the resources you need, etc. This is the page that gives you a little more information on each of the 3 tools. And the My Tools sends you to a dashboard that really helps you. It's where all the work is done on the tools. It's where you enter your work hours and your incident data. It's where you're going to generate reports for total recordable case rate and days away from work case rates, as well as the benchmark reports for those two metrics. So when you click on My Tools, here's where you're going to land. It's the Journey Tools dashboard. And everything, basically the last 2 webinars we reviewed was over here. Everything we're going to review today is over here in this Incident Rate Calculator side on the right side of your screen. And so we will just orienting you to the page that you're on. So the first thing you're going to want to do, though, is add a new location. If you haven't been in here before and you haven't set up a location, you're going to need to add a location. So you click Add a New Location, and one of the things you're going to be asked to do is name that location and then select an NAICS code for that location. And the importance of the NAICS code is that is what's going to pull your benchmark score for these incident rate reports. And it pulls it from the Bureau of Labor Statistics 2014 numbers, which were just released, I think, late last fall. And it's going to benchmark your performance against that BLS data. If you don't know what your NAICS code is, there's something in this Add New Location. There's a website, naics.com/search, and that will help you to select the right one for your location if you don't know it. And the other thing I'll say is you can determine what a location is. So if you were working in a larger company and you want to do this by department, or if you want to do this by a 4-walls location, you can do that. You can do it as a division. You really determine the scope of what a quote-unquote location is. So that's adding a location. Once you've done that, you're going to go over and click Enter Incident Rate Data. And so this is the screen you're going to get down below, the Enter the Incident Rate Data. You're going to select the location that you just added, but you can put in as many locations as you would like. You're going to enter in the month and date, and then the hours worked, the recordable incident count, and the cases with days away from work count. And so you continue to do that. You click Submit, and each month you can come in here and enter in your data, or you can do it once a quarter, or you can do it and enter in all of last year's data if you want. So you can enter in as much data as you would like to enter and as you would like to see graphed. Once you think you have enough data, then you can come in and look at the reports. Obviously, with 1 month of data, the report's not going to necessarily help you, but if you've got 3, 6, a year's worth of data, then I think you can have, something that's helpful here to run a report. So these are the 4 reports that are available. There's a total recordable case rate report, days away from work case rate report, and then there's benchmark comparisons for each of those case rates. So those are just the 4 reports that you're able to look at. Once you've run those reports, these are the types of graphs that you're going to get. So it's going to give you the monthly and the year-to-date lines. The lines that you see there are the year-to-date lines. And then if you were to run the benchmark report, what you would see is a line going straight across for whatever that benchmark is. So if the one we're looking at with the red and the blue, if the benchmark was a 4, you'd see a line going straight across at the 4. So you can see if you're well above, well below. And it's really good to do this report just so that you can show your management. Maybe you need a little bit more oomph behind your recommendations to do certain things, to show that you're lagging behind your industry benchmark can help you make that case. So these are just some reports that you can run to look at trends. You might be able to see monthly trends over time, and you get to select the time frame that you want to graph. So if you want to graph a 2-year span, you can select that in the report function. And what's also nice is you get this table function down below the graph, so you can actually look at the raw numbers that you have. It's not the raw numbers, it's the rates that are calculated for you. So you can actually see the values by month for each of those things. So that should hopefully help you understand what the incident rate calculator is. It's pretty straightforward, and then you just run whichever reports you want for the length of time period that you choose. So now moving on quickly to just the safety forum, I want to show what that looks like and how you can ask a question. We have discussion threads in there that you can comment on, and then you can also just share a best practice or a safety tip. It's whatever's on your mind. If you want to ask anything, we have a panel of experts from the council and also from some other companies that really are poised and ready to answer whatever questions you might put in there. So when you get to the home screen, after you've logged in, you'll see Safety Forum on your far right side. It's also in the quick links on the left. So you click on that, and you'll get to this type of page here, and you'll see there's a Safety Talk help document that sort of outlines how to use this and, how to do all the different things that you can do. And then there's this trending column, and the trending column is going to be, it's dynamically determined based on what people are looking at, what they're liking. And so this is really more like Facebook or something where it's like, okay, the most popular articles are going to be the ones that are here, the most popular posts. And those change each time you log in. If you want to look at what topics are here, you click on topics, and one of the things that will show up for you is these folders. And again, these are the pillars that we talked about: leadership and employee engagement, risk reduction, safety performance measurement, safety management systems. We also have the help documents, and we have one called compliance and safety basics as well. So if you kind of don't know where else to post anything, you can always post there. And then we have a news and events folder. So you can click on this. Let's say we click on employee leadership and employee engagement. You're going to see the topics that are already posted by other people, and you'll see how many replies and views and everything they got. But if you wanted to create a new posting, you can create a posting yourself and click Create Posting, and then Create Q&A. And so that, or if it's just a file you want to post or create a discussion, the Q&A, really the determining factor there of using that is that when you click Create Q&A, it goes to the expert. There's an email that gets fired off to our panel of experts, and all of them will see the email and know that they have something to respond to. So that is the forum. Feel free to go in and take a look around and, you know, comment on some of the things that you might find interesting. This is just the screen that comes up when you click Create Q&A. You just put in a title, type your question, hit Submit, and there it goes. So it's pretty simple, not difficult at all. So I'll take any questions now if you all have any. Thank you for your attention. I appreciate it. Again, if you have any questions, you can click on the chat button up in your upper right-hand side, and you can type in your question there. Also, if you have any questions afterwards, you can contact me at amy.harper@nsc.org, and you can join the journey today if you like what you saw. nsc.org/journey. There's a free registration form to fill out, and then you should be in. So I appreciate your time today. Thank you.
Amy, are there any questions that come up, like that you see people who have already been on the website that come up that you can think of? A lot of times, you know, sometimes you don't always think about questions that you have, but
one of the questions I've gotten is really around the NAICS code, and I know there's SIC codes. People use SIC codes as well, Standard Industrial Classification codes. We just chose NAICS codes. They're somewhat comparable. A lot of times a company will have a SIC code, but maybe don't know what their NAICS code is. So again, it's just looking up on that website to determine what their appropriate code is. As far as, you know, just using the safety forum, I think people are just, it's one of those things where once someone shows you, you're like, oh, okay, I get it. I know how it's supposed to be used. So, so I think those are just the types of questions we normally get from users. I'll also say, Katie, that we have 3,800 people who have signed up for these, representing different organizations. About 6% of are even international, and not just Canada. So we've got international interest here as well. So we've got people from small companies, large companies. I mean, we really are seeing a lot of people take advantage of the tools and resources here from all kinds of backgrounds. You know, safety experience, 10 years and under versus, you know, 10+ years. It runs the gamut. We're not seeing, you know, one particular group really take advantage of the resources. It seems to be whoever hears about it goes in and sort of takes advantage of it. So, so those are those are just the questions that come off the top of my head, and I don't see any additional questions.
There actually is. Someone has asked, what is done with the information we put in the system, such as the site location and report? Okay, good question. The information really just sits in a database. We have the cloud-based server that we have is with iCertainty is the company that we use, and that data is really just stored there. So when you run a report, that report is there for you. You can go back and run the report on the data. Your data just sits in the cloud. No one else really has access to that. There's an administrator of the site that can, you know, that reports on how many people have done the tools and taken advantage of things like that. But really, it's just it just sits there, and the data is really just for you. Down the road, if we get enough data, we may look at the data collectively. On the whole, we would never go in and necessarily look at any one particular company. We don't share that data with anyone. It's really just sitting in a database for you to use it, because we know that if people think that data is going somewhere else and being used, you know, to look at their company's performance, that really negates the whole purpose of us, you know, putting it out there. So if we were to use anything, it would be an aggregate, and it would be for research purposes. So hopefully that answers your question. Yes, it does. Thank you. Great.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and conclude the presentation for today. I really want to thank Amy for her time the last 3 sessions. All of this and for all of these recordings and information are available at txdrivingconcern.org. We record all of the webinars and put them on the website so that if you missed one, you can go back and look at it. Also, Amy has said if you would like to email her, you can email her with any further questions that you have. Just wanted to say I appreciate everybody coming today, and sorry about the technical difficulty in the beginning. Have a great day. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.